Okay, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. The recording has started. Welcome to our virtual dojo. Great to see you all again. So glad you're here. Our presenter today will be Kelly Sensei from our dojo, Seikei Kan. Okay, and she's going to be introducing you to, or us to, yoga and the various types and things that you can do to help how you can use yoga in your daily Aikido practice as well. Okay. All right. So again, the recording is on. Everyone's mics are muted. Very good. Thank you. So at this time, I'll go ahead and turn it over to Kelly.
Thank you for coming today, everyone. So today it is going to be yoga for the Aikido practitioner. To begin, though, I have a few Google slides I want to show you just to introduce you to a little bit more about yoga before we actually start practicing. So I'm going to share my screen. Oh, my cat just jumped up onto my computer. So hang on one second. Just taking a second to load. It's taking a very long second to load. So we practiced this earlier, so it should load. There it goes. Okay, so this is your introduction to yoga. Some of you may have already practiced, some may not. This person pictured here is my yoga teacher. Her name is Ping. And the most basic definition of yoga is yoga means to join, yoke, or unite, and yoga brings harmony between the body and the mind. There are deeper definitions, but this is just more for the basic yoga class. There are so many benefits to yoga. I practice yoga. I've been practicing yoga for many years, but some that I really like are it does increase your flexibility. It helps build muscle strength. I like how it does help your posture and improves your balance, which is great for Aikido. And it also gives you a peace of mind and inner strength. There are 4 fundamentals of yoga. Karma yoga develops the body, Bhakti yoga develops the emotions, Jnana yoga develops the mind and the intellect, and Kriya yoga develops the energy. And some yogas will hit some of these fundamentals, some will just be one. And there are many, many styles of yoga. I'm not going to share all the styles with you today. I've listed a few that I've practiced over the years. Just to give you an idea, just like Aikido, there's many styles of Aikido, there are many styles of yoga. Hatha yoga is one of the oldest forms, and it did originate in India. And most forms of yoga stem from Hatha today, and Ha means sun and Tha means moon, and it's about balancing and blending the opposites. Ashtanga yoga comes from India, but was popularized by Western culture. And it is continuously flowing yoga with many vinyasas and postures. Iyengar yoga is also an older form that comes from India, and it's a very precise form. You do everything exact. Pictured is BKS Iyengar. He developed Iyengar. He was a really sick child, and he was put into yoga, and it helped him become more healthy, strong. Bikram yoga was founded in the United States, and it's practiced in a 104-degree room at 40% humidity. Bikram yoga has 26 postures or poses that you do, and you do them twice through. And this is where hot yoga comes from. AikiYoga was also created in the United States, actually in a suburb of Sacramento in Granite Bay. And it incorporates acrobatics, yoga, and Thai massage. The man standing right here is my AikiYoga teacher, and his name is Aaron Papas. Yin yoga, in this yoga, you hold every posture for 4 to 5 minutes. And the reason why is they say it takes about 2 minutes for the muscle to relax. And then you have 2 minutes to help lengthen in that stretch. What happens is the fascia, which is the covering of all the muscles, is tighter than the muscles. The fascia will break and you'll get little holes in the fascia, which help lengthen it. And then it will patch itself closed, but with it more length in the fascia. So that's how yin yoga works. Kundalini yoga helps to release the energy of the body, and it incorporates a lot of breath work. You also do certain poses in Kundalini. Restorative yoga is great to do in the evening. It helps you wind down after a long day, and it helps relax your body and your mind. Chi yoga, this is the last slide about the different styles. And again, there's more styles than these, but this was developed by my teacher, Ping, and it blends yoga with Tai Chi Chuan. And Chi yoga incorporates a lot of flying poses. The pose you see here in the picture is called Bird of Paradise. There are important words to yoga. Sanskrit is an ancient language of India, which all yoga words are taken from. In the poses today, I won't be using all the Sanskrit words, just maybe 1 or 2. Ujjayi is the way of breathing in yoga, and I'm going to teach this to you in a little bit. The air does flow in the back of the throat, which creates a sound, and the belly expands. Vinyasa is moving continuously from pose to pose. And you can think of this as Kihon Dosa Renzoku, where you're moving continuously from basic movement to basic movement. Asana is a yoga pose or posture, and again, you can think of Kamai. And Surya Namaskar A and B is sun salutation. Some of you may know this. A is, again, the more beginner part. Sun salutation. B is a little bit harder. And it is poses that flow, and it helps to warm up your body. And Savasana is relaxation pose, which you'll do at the end. So what will you be learning today? You'll be learning about the Ujjayi breath, how to work correctly in your joints. You'll be learning about the basic poses, and I've chosen poses that will help you in your practice, and you'll be doing Savasana. So today you'll be doing a traditional basic yoga class with postures that will help stretch and strengthen the muscles that are used in Aikido, and that will also help with your balance. So yoga is really for anyone. I had a friend once tell me that she couldn't do yoga because she wasn't flexible. And I told her that yoga is really for anyone. If you're doing the breath work, you're doing yoga. Yoga is about the breath, not about the flexibility. The only difference if someone is more flexible, the looser than loose person has to go further to reach the same sensation. So if you're not as flexible, it's okay. You just don't go as far, and you're all going to reach the same sensation. You're going to feel that stretching and that strengthening. So first, we're going to start with the Ujjayi breath. So you're going to close your mouth. So everyone close your mouth. And relax your tongue and put it on the roof of your mouth. Just relax it on the roof. And as you breathe in, you're going to breathe in through your nose, and you're going to breathe out through your nose. When you breathe in, you're just going to have your belly expand, and you're going to fill up your lungs from the bottom of the lung. You're going to picture it from the bottom of the lung all the way to the top. And then you breathe out. Imagine the air is breathing out from the top of the lungs down to the bottom of the lungs. Also, when you're breathing in, you're going to picture or imagine the air swirling in the back of your throat. Swirling in and then swirling out. And so it sounds and looks like this. I'm going to relax my mouth. And you're going to hear that sound. Okay, so again, you're going to close your mouth, relax your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Okay, you're going to breathe in, imagine the air swirling in the back. Breathe out, imagine the air swirling out. And that's kind of like your ki in when you're doing your aikido and your ki. Your ujjayi breath is your ki. So let's do it again. Everyone do it with me. So close your mouth, relax your tongue on the roof of your mouth and breathe in. And breathe out. Awesome job, everyone. I can see you breathing in and your lungs expanding and everything expanding out. So you're going to do this in every pose, and I'll help you know when to breathe in and to breathe out. Now working correctly in your joints. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to engage your shoulders and you're going to engage your thighs. And I remember Nick Sensei last week showed you a picture of the rhomboid muscles. So right here, here's the spine. And here is the rhomboidus minor and the rhomboidus major. There's two of them. And they attach to the spine and they attach to below, right here, below the scapula. And that is what pulls your scapula towards your spine. You are going to engage those muscles. So as you are doing yoga, you're just going to imagine, you're not a lot, you don't want to engage them way back like that. You just want them to bring the shoulders in a line with the body. And so you're just going to practice maybe pulling them back a lot and then just engage it a little bit. You could also do this, which we learned from Nick Sensei last week, to help get those shoulders in line. All right, so that's the first tip. The second one is your knee, your thighs. So as you're doing every posture, you will take your quads and you're just going to engage them. Your knees are going to come up a tiny bit. Engage, so I'm going to engage my shoulders. You're going to engage your quads. And that's going to help protect your joints when you're doing yoga, because the yoga, you're going to be doing a lot of stretching. Right. The third one is your bottom. So when you are doing yoga, I'm going to engage my rhomboids, my shoulders in line. I'm going to engage my quads. My knees are going to lift a little bit, but I don't want to arch and have my bottom stick out. So you're going to imagine that you have butter, a bunch of butter right here. And you're going to let the butter melt down all the way to the ground. It's melting down, and you're going to see that the bottom's just going to relax. So if you haven't done it already, everyone go ahead and stand up, and we're going to practice this together, the joints correctly. Okay. So everyone, just stand. You can either do this, or if you can feel those rhomboids back here, just engage them a little bit, bring your shoulders in line, and then take your quads and lift or engage them. Knees are going to lift a little bit. And then imagine there's butter right here, a bunch of butter, and it's melting down to the ground. And you're going to do that. It seems like a lot, and to think about when you're doing all the poses, and no worries if you forget it. It's, you know, this is just for an introduction and for fun, and we're just going to do our best. So now we're going to practice. We're going to start with sun salutation because it warms up the body. And I do have notes today, and I'll be looking at them a little bit. So sun salutation, I'm going to show you. You can just start. You can move with me. I'll go really slowly. I'll show you a more modified version, and then I'll show you a full version if you want to do the full version. So everyone, come on up. If you have a mat, great. If you don't have a mat, that's fine as well. Remember, we are all on our own journey. So as you are practicing yoga today, there's You know, let go any judgments like, oh, you know, I do this all the time when I practice yoga. Oh, that person's more flexible, or that person's working in the joints correctly, and we're going to let all that go. All right, that's our own journey, and we are where we are, and that's perfect. We are where we're supposed to be. So you're going to come, if you have a mat, to the front, and if you don't, that's fine. You're going to, feet are going to be next to each other. Engage your shoulders, the scapula just down and back. Engage your quads. Butter rolls down. You're going to start just with the Ujjayi breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in again. Breathe out. This time you're going to breathe in, and your arms are going to go up, and you're just going to look up just a little bit. And you don't want your shoulders to raise. You want to keep them down. And then you're going to fold forward, breathing out. And as you breathe out, you can come here. This is okay. You know, this is as far as you go, that's fine. If you can come a little bit further down, you can. If you can come further down, you can come down more. Any position is great. So as you're here, breathe out, breathe in, and you're going to straighten your back. Okay, and then when you breathe out, you're going to put your hands on the ground, and you're going to come into a plank position. So I'm breathing out. I'm going to put my hands down. You can bend your knees if you need to. You can walk it out if you need to plank. Okay, another version is you can just step out to plank. And if plank is too hard, you can put your knees down. That's fine too. Or if you want to try it, more of a challenge, you can jump out. And then from here, remember, engage your thighs, engage those rhomboid muscles, and you're gonna lower yourself down to the ground. Remember, you can do it from your knees down or all the way down. You're gonna breathe out. Okay, you're gonna come into upward dog. So keep your hands where they are, toes or you're flat on the ground, flat on the mat, and you're gonna push up to upward dog. Breathing in. And then you're gonna breathe out into downward dog. You can come through tabletop if you would like. Up into downward dog, and you're gonna do 5 Ujjayi breaths here on your own. Okay, another way you can come up, because we're gonna do this again, is you can just come up like that. So breathing in, breathing out. Remember to gauge your thighs, engage your shoulders. You want to pull them into the back, not up to the ears, so away from the ears. I'm sure you've all done your 5 Ujjayi breaths. So from here, you can walk up to the hands. Okay, you can take a step up to the hands, or if you would like more of a challenge, you can jump. Okay, forward fold. Wherever you are is okay on the forward fold. After that, you're going to breathe in, look up, and breathe out, and you're going to bring your hands to center. We're going to do this 2 more times. I'm going to go a little bit faster. Remember, do it how it works best for you. Okay, so you're going to breathe in, you're going to look up, breathe out, come to wherever you are. Breathe in, flat back. Breathe out, put your hands down, step back, jump back, whatever is most comfortable for you. Okay, you can put your knees down if you need to. Gonna lower all the way down. Breathe in, upward dog. Breathe out, come to downward dog. Again, any way is fine. 5 Ujjayi breaths. Two more. After that, you can step forward, you can walk forward, or jump forward. Breathe in, look up. Breathe out, fold forward as far as you can go. Breathe in, coming up. And breathing out. So that warms up your body. Awesome job, everyone. It's great to see you guys doing this. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to start moving into asanas or postures, or also called poses. And the first one we're going to do is forward fold. And it's just what we did before. And this is going to really help stretch the lower back. It's going to stretch through the hamstrings. It's really good for just opening up and making yourself more flexible. So you're going to breathe in. Remember, we're going to do shoulders. I'm going to engage the quads, butter melting down. Ujjayi breath up, looking up. And then Ujjayi breath, you're just going to fold forward. Your feet are typically together, not hip width, their toes are touching. And if this is as far as you go, that's totally great. Take your Ujjayi breath from here. If you can go a little bit further, excellent. And if you can go further, then go further. And your back is allowed to round here. You don't have to keep it straight. So take your breath in and out, and in and out. And if you want, on the last three, you can ragdoll it, where you just kind of let your arms hang here, here, and you can rock back and forth, breathing in and out, and in and out. Okay, and you're going to go ahead now. Coming up, if you need to, you can bend your knees a little bit to protect the lower back. And you're going to come up, breathing up and breathing out. Another great posture for your body, you're going to come and you're going to have your toes pointing forward, and your legs, you can be here, you can be here, you can be here, whatever works best for your body. Okay, and you're going to remember, engage those thighs, engage those shoulders back a little bit so they're in line. Imagine butter's melting down, and you're going to breathe in, arms come up, and breathe out, and you're going to fold forward, and your arms are going to touch your legs wherever you are. So breathing out, that could be here, which is fine. You might feel a stretch here. You might feel a stretch here. You're going to grab your ankles, or if you can, you're going to grab your toes. So different variations, and you're going to pull yourself as far as you can down. You want to do your best in this posture to have a straight back. So if I get a straight back here, great, I'm going to stay here. And if I feel a little bit of a stretch, if I get a straight back here, great, or here. Taking your 5 breaths. And then if you need to bend your knees to protect your lower back, bend them and come up, breathing in and breathing out. Arms go down. The next one we're going to do is tree pose. So you're going to bring, this and more is going to help you with balance. I'm going to bring our feet together. And we are going to engage those quads, engage your shoulders a little bit, butter melting down the back. And for the starter tree pose, we're going to bring our hands here. Okay. Remember your Ujjayi breath when we start. And there's different ways you can do this. You can put your toe on the ground and your heel right against your leg, if that's the most comfortable for you, for your balance. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, you can bring it up a little bit. You can bring it up a little bit higher if you want. You can bring it in to your thigh and leave it there. Or if you're a little bit looser than loose, you can do half lotus while in tree pose. And you want to make sure your toes open. So wherever you are is fine. And breathe in and out on your own timing. Remember to keep the air swirling. And then if you want to get creative with your tree, all of a sudden the wind starts to blow and your tree starts to move. The branches are flowing in the wind. You can do that if you'd like. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, you don't have to. Okay, and breathing out, bringing that foot down. We're going to switch to the other side. Okay, remember, engage your quads, engage your shoulders, butter melting down, relax your bottom, and then choose where you want to go. Any of these places is okay. And breathing your 5 breaths. And go ahead and breathe out, come down, and relax your hands. Go ahead and shake it out just for a minute. Oh, warrior poses. When I first started practicing Aikido, I really put a correlation between warrior pose and yoga with Kamae and Aikido. Warrior poses are wider, but there's a very, very similar, and warrior poses will help strengthen and stretch your hips. It will really strengthen your legs, and it's really going to be beneficial for your Aikido practice. So you'll start on warrior one. On warrior one, I'm going to turn this way for a minute. You're going to put one foot, the back foot's going to face sideways, so just choose which side you want. The other heel is going to touch your heel, and you're going to come straight out from that position, and that's going to be your warrior one. And then you're going to turn. Now, if you're just here, that's fine. Okay, and you're going to turn your hips forward. If you can come a little bit further and turn your hips forward, great. If you can go further, that's fine too. Once you find the spot that works best for you, then you're going to bring your arms up. Make sure your shoulders are down and back. Make sure your quads are engaged. And you're going to look up and you're going to breathe in. 5 of these poses. I mean 5 breaths, not 5 poses. Excellent. And so from here, you're just going to bring your arms down, and you're going to very carefully get out of that pose. I felt a major stretch in the front of my quadriceps. So you're going to switch the other side. Back foot turns out. The front foot, heel to heel, and you're going to come straight out from that. So when you're out in warrior one, your foot is not in the middle of the other foot. It's over by the heel. And you're going to bring that foot out as far as you can. You're going to bend that knee. Something I forgot to tell you in the first one is you want the knee over the ankle, not in front of it, which we do in basic movement number 4. It's more, you want to keep the knee over the ankle in this one. So some differences, but some similarities. Turn your hips forward, engage those shoulders, engage your quads, and reaching your arms up, looking up a little bit. Make sure your shoulders are down into the back, not up into the ears. And breathing in. Making sure that air swirling the back of the throat. Good, and bring your arms down, breathing out, and very gently and carefully come back to standing. Warrior 2, it's going to be a little bit wider than warrior 1 because in warrior 1, your hips are facing forward. In warrior 2, your hips are going to be facing sideways. So warrior 2, again, a little bit different. Your back foot is going to be facing sideways. Your front foot comes to the middle of the back foot. So it's a slight difference. And then you're going to bring it out just very carefully as far as you want to go. If this is as far as you want to go, that's fine. If you can go a little bit further and get a little bit stretch, a little bit more of a strength building, you're going to come out as far as you can. Remember, my hips are going to facing sideways. So it's going to look something like this. Okay, engage your quads, shoulders engaged, butter melting down. Arms come up, breathing in. And then you're going to look forward over the front fingers. At the end, I always push it just a tiny bit. I go like a ½ inch more if I can. Okay, and I'll bring, straighten the front leg. Just keep your legs where they are. Okay, relax it for a minute. We're going to do reverse warrior. So again, engage your quads, bring your knee back down, arms up, engage those shoulders. You're going to put the back hand on the back leg. Front hand, palm turns up, and you're just going to bring it up, and you're going to be kind of a slight side/back bend, only as far as you can go. If this is as far as you can go, fine. If your legs are starting to burn and you need to come out, that's okay too. we're going to take 5 breaths. And then you're going to come out. You're going to straighten that leg, and then very carefully, you're going to this is what you're going to do. You're going to turn your front foot in sideways. You're going to turn your back foot out. Make sure, so you're reversing the direction you're going to go, that back heel, the front heel is straight in the middle of that back foot. Again, if you need to be here, wherever works for you is great. Remember, we're all on our own journey. Okay, make sure as you come out though, knee is over that heel, just like in Warrior One. Engage your quads, shoulders, butter melting down, arms up. You can look over the front fingers, breathing in. And if you need to come out for just a minute, come out. If you can go straight to Warrior Two, go straight to Warrior Two. And take 5 breaths. I mean, reverse warrior, not Warrior Two. We are in Warrior Two. Breathing out, arms come back to neutral. Straighten that leg, and then very carefully come out of Warrior Two. I'm going to take a quick peek at my notes. Okay, we are going to come down to sitting. So in yoga, typically we do a vinyasa to come to sitting. You have your choice. You may do seiza to sitting. You may just come down to sitting any way you want, or you can vinyasa down with me. And so if you want to vinyasa down, you'll be here at the front. You're going to breathe in, looking up. You're going to forward fold. Okay, you're going to walk back or jump back. Okay, and then from here, you're going to walk forward and come into crisscross applesauce position, or you can jump into crisscross applesauce. So any way you want to come to sitting is fine. After that, you're going to come onto your knees, and we're going to do camel pose. Camel pose is awesome for Aikido practitioners. You want to make sure your knees are hip width apart. Can you still hear me? Okay, knees are hip width apart. I'm going to turn sideways though. And you're going to engage. This time in camel pose, you're going to take your bottom and you're going to engage all of your muscles in your gluteal muscles. And you're going to push them forward. You're going to push your hips forward. You're going to take the tops of your toes and you're going to push the tops of your feet into the ground. So not like this, flat. Push those hips forward. You're going to make sure, because those gluteal muscles are going to protect the lower back, so make sure they are pushing forward and engaged the whole time. You're still going to engage your quads. So you're like, how do I do that in this position? You just think about it, and it might engage a little bit. Okay, get your shoulders engaged. And now you're going to look up a little bit. From here, you're going to only go as far as you can go. One way you can do it is you can put your hands on your hips and just push your hips forward, and you're going to start feeling a stretch in your quadriceps in the front of your hips. Okay, and if this is as far as you go, that's fine. Okay, if this is as far as you go, that's fine too. If you can get to here, looking up, then you can put your hand on your heels. You may do that too. Now, this is not a collapsing down pose. This is not, it's not this, and it's not laying all the way down. That's another pose. But you're going to push, engage your bottom, push those hips forward. I feel a huge stretch, and take your 5 breaths. Awesome. Now to come out, you can put your hands on your back to come all the way up. Great job, everyone. The next one we will be doing, I threw this in the middle for a little bit of a rest, child's pose. And this is in restorative yoga. Most yogas do it though. Your knees can be apart or they can be together. It's up to you. I prefer mine apart. And you're just gonna walk your hands forward. Your feet are flat on the ground. And you're just gonna come as far as you can go. If this is as far as you go, that's fine. Just do your best to relax. You don't wanna hold any tension, any muscles, and you're just gonna relax down. You might even feel a little bit of a stretch in your shoulders. I'm gonna take 5 breaths here. Awesome job, everyone. So when I do yoga, especially with Ping, I want to stay in child's pose for the whole rest of the class. But obviously we can't do that. We've got to keep working. So after child's pose, you're going to come out. This is great. Siddhasana. I'm going to face forward for a minute, and then I'll turn sideways. You want to pop your heels off the ground if you can, and if not, that's okay. But you want to, when you engage those quads, this is not engaged, this is engaged, my heels pop off. That's what you're looking for. Your hands are going to be right next to your thighs or your hips, and you're going to lift yourself up as high as you can. You want to straighten your elbows, engage your shoulders, and this is it. This is the pose. So I'm going to turn sideways. So you're going to engage your quads, engage your shoulders, butter melting down, and this is Siddhasana. We're going to take 5 breaths. And that really enforces, you may come out, that really enforces your posture and helping to keep yourself aligned and building those muscles. So the next one from here, we're going to do forward bend. And same thing, you're going to engage your quads. Heels are going to pop off if they can. If not, that's okay. Start in Siddhasana. Straighten those elbows. Engage your shoulders. And you're going to breathe in. Arms are going to come up. Shoulders down into the back. You're going to breathe out, and you're going to fold forward. And if this is as far as you go, you want, in this position, you really want to have a straight back. So if this is as far as you can go with that straight back, that's okay. As long, you hopefully are feeling sensation in the lower back and the hamstrings. And if you can come a little bit further, you may do so. You can grab anywhere on your legs. If you can grab your toes, and you're going to pull yourself down as far as you can. This is an active pose. And take 5 breaths. Do your best to relax your shoulders into your back. At the end, I give myself a little bit more of a push, and then I come out. Okay, from here, we do this in our Aikido warm-ups, straddle pose. You see this in Ashtanga yoga, you'll see this in Hatha yoga and other styles, but you're going to open your legs. And they can come here, they can come as far as you want. So everyone come to where it feels comfortable for you. In this pose, you also want to have a straight back. So I will engage those quads, engage your shoulders, butter melting down, which changes a little bit how you are doing the pose. Okay, and then you're going to breathe in, breathe out, and come down as far as you can go. If this is it with a flat back, that's fine. If you could come here with a flat back, that's fine. If you can grab your toes, that will be your goal. So here's okay, hands can be on the ground, okay, hands in front. If you can grab your toes, do it. Breathe out, come down as far as you can. Make sure your back is flat, and breathing in. You can put your hands down and slowly, slowly come out of that stretch. The next one is pigeon. Pigeon is super great, the hip opener. In Aikido, especially when we're doing the basic movements, we get really, really strong hips and thighs and everything, and this will help loosen that up a little bit. So you're going to come into pigeon, and pigeon, I'll face forward first, and then I'll turn sideways. You want to have, this is half pigeon actually. Full pigeon, which we're not going to do today. Your legs are on top of each other like this, and you fold forward. Half pigeon. You're going to bring one leg, you choose which one you want to do first, up in front, and you're just going to bend that knee. Leg is underneath your body. And you're going to slowly come down as far as you can. If this is as far as you go, that's okay. Okay, go ahead and do it with me. If you can go a little bit further, you're going to come down here. I'm already feeling a stretch right here. Okay, and then if you can, you're going to lay down. And I feel a stretch in my hips. So go ahead and do that. I'm going to take 5 breaths. So again, one more time. You're going to take whichever leg you want. Go ahead and do, I'll do my left. Do your right leg.
Kelly, can you go profile so they can see it?
Would that be easier? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm here. Okay, I'm going to bring this leg out in front, and you're going to lay it in front of your body. And then you're going to come here. So the leg is in front of your body, not behind it. And it's laying on the ground. Then you're going to slowly, and again, is this as far as you can go? That's okay. If you can go further, that's good. I'm already feeling a stretch right here. If that's as far as you go, that's okay. Goal is to have the back leg straight, but if you need to have it up and bent, that's okay too. You go as far as you can. And you're here. Take your breath. And then you're going to slowly come down as far as you can go. And remember, as far as you can go is perfect for you. And take your 5 breaths. And then you're going to very slowly come up. And you're going to switch to the other side. I'll turn this way. So you'll take the other leg. You'll bring it up in front. You'll lay it down in front of your body. And you're going to bring the back leg back. And then you can go here if this is good for you, if you're feeling a stretch. If you need a little bit more, you can go further. You can keep your body up, or if you can, you're going to lay down and take your 5 breaths. And then very slowly come out of pigeon. So that's a good one to do at the end of class when you're already warm and you want to stretch out the muscles that you worked in Aikido practice. Okay, we're just a couple more. This one I threw in, this is a shoulder stretch because we are doing a lot with our upper body. It's good to stretch it out. I'm going to lay sideways. I'm going to take my my right arm and I'm going to put it out 90 degrees from my body. And I'm going to lay down with my right arm out like this, okay, on the ground. And this is very similar to what Nick Sensei did, but a tiny bit different because my arm is straight. And I'm going to roll very slowly. You go ahead and do this with me if you want, if you are ready to do it, up onto that shoulder. And I'm going to use my arm to brace. I'm going to use my foot to brace. And then again, you only come as far as you can. Go ahead and do this. This is comfortable for you and you need more of a stretch. You can take the leg that's straight on the ground and cross it over your other knee. Taking your 5 breaths. And then very slowly, you're going to come out, and you might feel the blood rush back into that shoulder. It feels really good. Now we're going to do the other side. So take your other arm, put it straight out. Just lay it on the mat, lay your shoulder on the mat, turn your head the opposite direction of the arm. This arm is already ready to brace.
Toyama-san, make sure your arm is going 90 degrees. Tomoya-san, move your arm to the side. No, your left arm, reach towards the opposite wall.
Straight out from the shoulder.
Yes.
Thank you, Miranda Sensei. And then you're going to slowly roll up onto that shoulder. Be very careful. Take your foot, step it if you want. It will help balance. I'm feeling a really good stretch here. Remember, just go as far as you need to. And then if you do need more of a stretch, take that straight leg and cross it over your knee. Take your 5 breaths. And then very slowly come out. The reason we come slowly out of these stretches is you don't want to pull a muscle as you're coming out. So be very careful with your body. At the end of yoga, this is a fun one. My teacher, Ping, did this a lot in our AikiYoga classes. You just go ahead and lay on your back with me. And you're going to take your feet, and you're going to put them up in the air. Okay, you're going to take you want to do your best to keep your shoulders on the ground, but if they pop off, that's okay. I want you to know the goal so you know what your end goal will be. You're going to take your knees and you're going to bend them. You're going to take your pointer finger and middle finger on both fingers and wrap them around your toes. And if your legs are here, that's fine, or if they're a little bit straight, that's fine. If your shoulders are off, that's fine. Your end goal would have the shoulders on the ground, and you're going to bend those knees as much as you can. And I feel a stretch in my sartorius muscle, which runs across the inside of my thigh, and you're going to rock back and forth. And the rocking is really good. It's really good for the body. I do it when I massage people. Sometimes I'll start with a rocking motion. That's happy baby. And then you're going to come out. You're going to straighten your legs. And then at most yoga practices, you end with side twist and then savasana. So we're going to do side twist on both sides, and then we're going to end with savasana. So you're so close to the end. You guys have done amazing. So I'm going to start. I'm going to take my right leg. You can use whichever leg you want. I'm going to put my arms out to the side. I'm right next to the couch, so this arm's not out to the side, but this one is. And I am going to I'm just going to bend my leg and rotate it over to the other side, like so. Okay, your end goal, and I'm not here, you want your knee on the ground and the opposite shoulder on the ground. It's okay if you're not there. That's just your end goal. Go as far as you can. And then you're going to look away from the knee that's bent. Take your 5 breaths. And you're going to slowly come out, straighten that leg, and we're going to go to the other side. So arms are out. I'm going to take the leg that you didn't do last time, bring it up, bend that knee, roll it to the opposite side, and then look away from the knee that's bent and take your 5 breaths. Awesome job, everyone. Can you still hear me? Miranda Sensei, can you hear me still?
Yes, you're coming in just fine.
Okay, my AirPods are making noises, so I don't know if they're dying or not. Okay, so Savasana, my favorite pose. It's important that we have the relaxation. It's just as important as the active poses. And this can transfer to your everyday life. You need to work hard, but you also need to have some relaxation too. Super important. And there are many ways Savasana is taught in yoga practices. I put my feet about as wide as my mat, which is about 2 feet. So you want your feet about 2 feet apart, your feet, 2 feet apart. And you're gonna very carefully lay down on your back. You wanna have your spine as straight as possible, your body as aligned as possible, and your hands are gonna be palms up, and you're gonna relax everything. In Savasana, relaxation pose, you do not do the Ujjayi breath. You just relax. Just breathe normal, and you don't even focus on it. And I've been in many yoga classes. Some you just sit here and you just relax. Today I'm going to run you through a relaxation to help your body relax. And I learned this many, many years ago when I was dancing. And I really found it helpful. So as you're laying in Savasana, your goal is not to fall asleep, but I have fallen asleep before. Your goal is just to come into kind of a deep relaxation meditation. And as you're laying there, just imagine you're laying on a beautiful warm beach. There's not a lot of people on the beach, barely any. Very quiet. You can hear the waves rolling in and out as it comes in on the sand and it goes back out into the ocean. The sand is very warm. You might be on a blanket, or you might just be on the sand. It's your choice. Nice and smooth, not too hot, just warm. And as you're laying there, you feel the warm sun overhead. And the warmth from the sun, it feels really good, and you completely relax. You have warmth beneath, warmth above. And your feet feel the warmth from the sand and the warmth from the sun, and they start to relax. And you're just imagining them. Obviously, they're still your feet and they're still there, but you're just imagining them melting down into the sand. You no longer feel your feet. And same with your legs, your lower legs, from the knee down to your ankle. You feel the warmth from below, the warmth from above, and they slowly start to melt down into the sand, and you no longer feel your lower leg, knee or ankle. And your thighs, your quadriceps, your hamstrings, you really worked a lot today. Even your hips, you feel the warmth above, the warmth beneath. And they also slowly melt down into the sand, and you no longer feel your thighs or your hips. Your bottom, your lower back, same thing. You feel the warmth below. You feel the warmth from the sun. Everything just starts to warm up and lets go of all the tension, and it melts down into the sand. Then your whole torso, front and back, all the way up into your shoulders as well. Feels the warmth from above, from the sun, the warmth from the sand, and it completely relaxes. You no longer feel it, and it melts down into the sand. And your arms, your elbows, upper and lower arms, your hands. We're going to do our shoulders again, your shoulders again. Feel the warmth from below, the warmth from above. Completely start to relax. Let's let go of all tension, all worries, all cares. And completely melts down into the sand, and you no longer feel any of that anymore. Next, your neck, the occipital region of your head, where the neck attaches into, back of the head. Your whole scalp, and your skull, and your brain, your hair. It all starts to feel the warmth from below and the warmth from above, and it completely melts down into the sand. Letting go of all tension, all worries, all cares. There's no cares in the world right now. And last, your face, your eyes, your nose, your mouth, your ears, all the skin and the muscles, and everything else you can imagine in your face. And you can add in your hair and your scalp, and anything you want to add in again. There's the warmth from above and the warmth from below. It completely relaxes and melts down into the sand. After you've completely relaxed, it's time to bring you out to end class. You're just going to start wiggling your fingers and your toes. Start rotating your wrists and your ankles both directions. And then you're going to roll, bend your knees in, and you're going to roll onto one side, your choice. And you're going to put your arm under your head, support your head. Relax your other hand in front with your knees bent and you're on your side. And just keep your eyes closed for a minute. And then from here, you're going to slowly take the hand that's free. You're going to push up on it. Bring yourself to a sitting position. You sit crisscross applesauce. Put your hands on your heart. And namaste. Thank you for coming to my class today. So that's the end of your introduction to yoga. And I hope that it helped you in some way and that you can take it and use it to improve or enhance your Aikido practice. Back to you, Miranda Sensei.
Great. Thank you very much. I hope you all enjoyed that and your bodies are feeling a little bit more refreshed. So just some takeaways from my point of view. What we're going to do is I'm going to stop this recording. And then in about 5 minutes, we'll do a little bit of Shumatsu Dosa Ichi. Okay, probably won't go, the full hour. This is maybe 20-30 minutes tops. Okay, so I know it's getting late for some folks. But when we started these sessions, everything that we've done with Nick Sensei, Kelly Sensei, there's a theme right here. Two in particular. One, posture. Okay. Two, breathing. Right. And then being able to bring both of those things together. Okay. No matter what martial art you practice, you have to have posture and you have to know how to breathe. Everything we do in life, right? We should always work on having good, strong posture and breathe. Okay. I've actually started doing a little bit of yoga in the last month or so since I've been home. My company has been doing some online sessions. And, to me, I think we tend to be very hard on our bodies, throughout the day and throughout life. And I think these are great exercises to help show our bodies just a little bit of love and let our bodies know that we're paying attention to them. So remember, just go as far as you can go and then take it just a little bit further and, keep practicing these movements. Again, I'll make this video available for everybody once it's all done. Okay. So again, Kelly Sensei, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Folks want to go ahead and just get a drink, and we'll be back right at 10 after. And like I said, my goal is to only go maybe about 20-30 minutes if you could stay. If not, thank you for coming, and we'll catch you next week. Before we go, just a public service announcement. In the email that I sent today at 6:30 Pacific time, Pae Sensei will be doing a session live from Kyoto. It sounds like most of his group from around the world, so from Europe and Canada, the US, Japan will be there. So it'll be a great chance for you to see and take a quick lesson from Pae Sensei. So I hope to see you all during that class later on today. I realize for those on the East Coast, it's a little bit late for you, but if you just want to dial in and at least watch, that'll be great as well. Okay? All right, we'll see you guys in a few minutes.